Number 744 will be our song of invitation. $744. Sing that in just a few moments. I want to talk to you about 5 people, and I'm going to call them I want people. Not W-A-N-T, but W-O-N apostrophe T. And these are 5 I want people. Daniel's the first one. In Daniel 1:8, Daniel made up his mind that he would not defile himself with the king's choice food or with the wine he drank. So he sought permission from the commander of the officials that he might not defile himself. We see young Daniel, these are all 5 young people, taken from Jerusalem to Babylon in captivity. He's away from home. He's away from his parents, we think. He's been introduced to a new language. They even changed his name. And he's introduced to idolatry and strange foods. He could have taken the philosophy, well, I'm in a different land. I ought to do what these people do. Or no one will know, my parents won't know. But he didn't answer that way. His answer was, I won't eat of these foods. They're not the foods that I grew up with and not the ones that God wants me to eat. So he made a deal with the person in charge that he would eat one thing and let the other young men eat something else, or these delicacies. And at the end of a certain time, see if he was any better off or less better off than the other people. And he was just as well off as the other one. But whether in Jerusalem, Babylon, or any place, he knew what he needed to do to please God. The words, I won't do something, is done by faith. It's not done by guilt. It's not done by, I want to keep out of trouble, so I won't do this. But it's done from a heart that wants to please God. If a person is out with his friends or at a party or a concert and someone offers you a beer, what would you say? Do you have to think about it before you answer that person? Or is your mind made up beforehand? I won't do that. Well, far too many people in the world and that proclaim to be Christians go along with the crowd, go along with those people that are looking at them. To see one that's moral and spiritual is a rare thing in the world today. But what about Monday morning at work? Do you go along with everybody that tends to gossip about people? Or you won't take part in something like that? What about the pressure to change things? Maybe to lie or deceive, or to take something that doesn't belong to you? Is your thought, well, I won't do that because I don't do that, and my God wouldn't like for me to do that? What about backstabbing co-workers so you'll get better attention from your boss? Are you a I want person? I wouldn't do that. I don't think you would either. It's about you and the Lord. The I want stands for a confident faith and a complete trust in the Lord. Will you be what others want you to be, or will you be what the Lord wants you to be? Daniel's three friends that were Hebrew said, "We won't," when they were commanded to bow down to Nebuchadnezzar's idol. They said that we won't do that no matter what the consequences. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego replied to Nebuchadnezzar after he asked him about, "Why don't you bow down to my idol?" They said, "King Nebuchadnezzar," this is Daniel 3:16 through 18, "we do not need to defend ourselves before you in this matter. If we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God we serve is able to deliver us from it, and he will deliver us from your majesty's hand. But even if he does not, we want you to know, your majesty, that we will not serve your gods or worship the image of gold that you have set up. We don't care what you do to us. If our God saves us, let him save us. But we won't disobey our God, no matter what you threaten us with, no matter what the consequences." Joseph was taken into Egyptian captivity, and he became friends with a man named Potiphar because he was very trustworthy. But Joseph refused Potiphar's wife when she made sexual advances toward him. He said, "I won't, no matter what the consequences." Well, it happened, he had to suffer the consequences of, I think it was about 2 years in prison, because Potiphar believed her instead of believing him. But this is what Genesis 39:8 and 9 says. Joseph refused. With me in charge, he told her, "my master does not concern himself with anything in the house. Everything he owns, he has entrusted to my care. No one is greater in this house than I am, and my master has withheld nothing from me except you, because you are his wife. How then could I do such a wicked thing and sin against God?" He said, "I won't do it." And he left, but accidentally left his jacket, and she blamed him. And she just turned the story around. But this is all about choice. I choose the Lord. I choose the Lord's way. The "I won't disobey God" is brought about by love and faith for God. It's a declaration of your determination and your hope for God and to live righteously, rather than allowing circumstances or others, peer pressure or whatever, to make your decision. You have to be like Daniel and Joseph and Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. And they wouldn't sin against God. And I know you wouldn't too. If you're subject to the invitation in any way, would you come as we stand, as we sing this song? What will your answer be? Someday you'll stand at the bar on